That just like Belle was the anime version of the Disney Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, and we liked Belle.
I I liked Belle more than I liked Belle anime
So
more
you
than I
so you're
like.
telling me you like Beauty and the Beast more than you like Little Mermaid, huh?
Yes,
You're out of your mind. You're out of your
Beauty and
mind.
Beast is
I
infinitely
am all
better.
about women changing for their man. That's what I'm about, okay? I like being lied to. Kind of gets me off, you know?
Oh my god!
Hello, fellow weebs and otakus, to another episode of Anime Fix, or your fix for all things anime. I'm Chase.
I'm Lance.
Are you sure, Top Gun? Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
I'm gonna call you Top Gun from now on.
That's fine.
I thought you were the kind of guy that if someone was wearing the same jacket as you, that you would go and put it back in your locker. So why are you
I am.
following why are you following a trend?
Trend. I don't see anybody else following a trend.
Everybody's following the trend. Everyone is shaving their beards for mustaches.
Who's everyone? I haven't seen anybody.
Literally anyone on TikTok. Any dad on TikTok.
I don't see dads on TikTok. I see dogs on TikTok.
That's fair. That's fair. Still calling you Top Gun regardless, though.
Actually, that's not true. I saw one other person who did it as a joke, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to keep it for a while. So,
How long you plan on keeping it for?
I don't know. Probably once, like, Shadow. Well, actually, I'm already getting the.
Once your wife gets tired of it?
No, I don't care about that.
I'm telling her you don't care.
No, I already told her. She was like, "Shave that off," and I said no.
Is she cool with it though?
Oh,
not at all. She hates it.
She hates it. She's not a big fan of mustaches.
I wouldn't be either.
I don't care.
You know that saying, like, I want the old Kanye? I want the old Lance.
Like I said, once the shadow comes back in, like actually, I'll probably at that point I'll shave it all off, or I won't. I don't know. Same thing with the beard. I sort of impulse, like even you're calling like say I'm following a trend. This was totally an impulse thing. I was shaving the other day, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this, and I just did it. Just like with the beard, I said I'm gonna. One day I woke up, so I'm gonna shave it off all the facial hair.
I know you're very. You don't seem very impulsive, but I guess you do some impulsive things.
I mean, things that don't really matter. I'm impulsive about.
Yeah,
I'm not impulsive with major life decisions, but like facial hair, I mean, it's gonna grow back.
Yeah, that's fair. It does take you
This
10
beard
months
will
to
be.
buy a manga. If you should, like to convince yourself to buy a manga like that, you deserve it. It takes you 10 months, doesn't it?
You talk about Psychopaths, Volume 3 or
Yeah.
Volume 3.
Yeah, Volume 3. Your most beloved anime / manga, and you couldn't bring yourself to pay.
Premium?
Not even that.
No.
It's not that much money, honestly, for a manga that's really hard to find.
You mean almost 10 times the value of the actual retail value?
Well, retail value, but I would assume you put more value on the Psychopaths than retail value.
I mean, there was in my head there was a price I was willing to pay.
What was the price?
At most, like 50.
Oh, you spent double that.
I know. That's what I said to you.
Yeah, I know.
And I didn't actually buy it. It was a Christmas gift from Tori. He bought it.
Gift.
Yeah. But
anyways, what are we talking about?
You're talking about Bubble.
Ooh, Bubble. What's that about?
It is about. It's been so long since we watched it, but it is about a ragtag group of kids who like to parkour in a gravity-defying. that's the other thing. It's contained within this bubble.
It's just contained into Tokyo, which is where the bubble like decided to form, I guess.
And they compete in competitions, and if you win, you get resources,
Rations.
you get food,
You get rations.
No, so I kind of wasn't really into it.
What? What are you talking about? You weren't into it. What do you mean?
Because I was into it until I realized they don't have to be there.
No, they don't have to be there.
So why are they there?
Because they've lost everything. So they have no purpose in life besides doing this.
But you can leave. You're not trapped. Like,
they lost their family. They have no sense of purpose in life or any direction. What else are they going to do?
What do you mean lost their... Nobody died that I remember.
What do you mean? The main character's mom died. Spoiler alert.
True, I forgot about the main character's mom.
Yeah. So, like, the whole purpose of those kids, all the kids that compete there, all of them were in Tokyo and lost their families because of that explosion when the bubbles, came. So that's why they're all there, because they have nowhere else to go, and they just stayed. In your face.
I still stand by they could have left and found an opportunity elsewhere.
Where? They're kids. They're going to go live in an orphanage? No. They're going to do parkour. Sounds like a way better option to me.
Yeah, let's do parkour over a maelstrom, or over a, what is it called, a maelstrom?
I don't know. Ship.
No, it's, I think it's called a maelstrom. Yeah, maelstrom. I think it's maelstrom. Basically, a spinning pool of water that if you get trapped in a pink maelstrom, a spinning pool of water, that you get sucked down into, and you die.
Well, they avoid those. They avoid them.
Yeah,
they don't,
but
actively jump into them.
Actually jump into it, but they run the risk because they're parkouring over it.
They run the risk, but the cool thing about that is the other members of the group or whatever, they try to save them if they do fall close to him, right? Like, the game is not worth each other's lives, and they all know that.
Except for the guy who wears noise-canceling headphones.
Well, he's good enough that he doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, he's too cool. He's like, I'm going to just hang out over here until I'm ready to join in. And then I beat everybody at the last minute.
Exactly.
I also... So that kind of really sort of put damper on it. Because I thought going into it that they were like trapped. Like the bubble, like if you were happened to be in there when the bubble formed, you were stuck there. And that's why this sort of environment was created. But they could have just hopped on a boat and sailed out and gotten a job, elsewhere, moved.
They're kids. They can't get a job, Lance.
But
not everyone has the work ethic of Lance, okay? Not everyone is like,
you're acting like they were like 12, 13, 14.
Everything.
You're acting like they were like 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm
They're
pretty
15.
sure they were. 15? I could have swore they were in their 18, 19, 20s.
Sorry, they're 19. He's 19. Main character.
Yes! Yes!
But
he could have left.
The main girl is 15, though. Uta is 15. That makes it kind of weird now, actually.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Uta? What's that?
Yeah.
You mean the bubble? You mean the bubble?
Yeah.
So she's not real.
She's not real. She's a bubble. So she's not really 15.
So the youngest member of the group wasn't even actually a real human. She was a bubble that was just transcended or transformed into a human-like.
I want to ask you a question. So you didn't like it as much, right? You couldn't get into it. Do you like the Little Mermaid? Do you like the Little Mermaid?
Like the original Little Mermaid, like the
not the effed up one,
story,
the Disney one.
Yeah, who doesn't like the original Little Mermaid?
All right, then you should love Bubble. This is literally the animated version, the Japanese anime version of Little Mermaid. Think about it.
That just like Belle was the anime version of the Disney Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, and we liked Belle.
I I liked Belle more than I liked Belle anime
So
more than I
you're
liked.
telling me you like Beauty and the Beast more than you like Little Mermaid, huh?
Yes,
You're out of your mind. You're out of your
Beauty and
mind.
Beast is
I'm
infinitely
all
better.
about women changing for their man. That's what I'm about, okay?
You this just alienate a portion of the audience of the population, half the population. This episode right here.
I've looked at the numbers. It's only guys that listen to us. No. I actually
Yeah,
I don't think that, okay?
I
But
will give you.
Little
I
Mermaid
will.
is that.
Yes, Little
It
Mermaid
really
is
is.
that.
Yeah, but I don't think Bubble is that for sure. I mean, she wanted to stay a girl, right? To stay with her man, right?
Hmm.
Even though that's a bubble, I'm all about that, change for your man, create a human body for your
That's
man.
exactly what you told your wife this morning when we talked. I'm
What did I say?
not going to say it here. You know what you said.
I don't. I have a very short-term memory loss.
Okay, we'll talk about it offline.
Sure, that's good to me.
Yeah.
But it's funny that the bubble chose like the poster that's right next to like when she was saving when the bubble
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it was saving what's his name? Hibiki. Yeah, Hibiki. Yeah. But I thought it was fun. Yeah, look, like the final scene they save each other, but Uta fades into bubbles. Oh, it's in the original tale. I didn't know that. Did you know that?
You mean the original Little Mermaid?
Yeah, Little Mermaid. I guess she fades into something. Bubbles.
Into Sea Mist.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, it is horrible.
Yeah, but she lives on. She lives on in the bubbles.
Oh no, she doesn't. Oh, in the anime, sure. I bet. I guess she lives
Yeah.
on the bubbles, but in the Little Mermaid, no.
Yeah,
She's effectively dead.
Yeah, in the Little Mermaid, she lives on in the guy's memories probably as he's marrying his
No,
second wife.
I don't think. Oh well, whatever. I mean, we can go back and revisit.
Each book is up to everybody's interpretation, right?
Sometimes there is no interpretation. Sometimes it's just flat out explained to you. Which actually, circling back to the anime, that was another thing. There was a lot. It was very exposition heavy.
What's that mean? I'm not really smart, Lance. What's exposition mean?
Exposition is a lot of dialogue to explain the basically telling, not showing.
Oh, you hate that. No, Tori hates that.
Yeah, Tori doesn't like that. I wouldn't say that I necessarily hate that, but it's not.
But you hate it. Bro,
My
laptop sounds like a jet engine right now.
Which explains. No, I don't hear it. Which explains why you like it so much, because you need things explained to you in super detail.
I think I've told you this before, but like because my attention span is horrible, especially now because of what we've talked about. I have to have subtitles on even if I'm watching dub.
I've started doing that. It depends on what it is, but I found that I actually, a lot of times, because I'm so focused on the voice acting, I'm listening into it. There's a lot of noise or that sort of drowns it out, rather than turn up the sound bar, because I'll be like, oh shoot, I missed that line, right? Yeah. And it might be the most innocuous line, like unnecessary, but me, I'm like, I want to know I'm so focused, I want to know every single detail of it. So like, I'll actually have started turning on subtitles, so that way if there's a like loud noise or like laundry going or something, I can still at least know what's said, and I can imagine what the voice is, or so that I can I'm like infer what they said when I've missed it.
That's exactly how I am too. So like, I'm watching this anime right now that I just started called Free.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you've heard about it, but it's an anime about swimming, sports swimming, and like I started the first episode in English, right? And like I'm missing like every fifth word because like it's hard for me to hear. So I'm like, I'll just watch it in subtitle. And as I started watching, it's like it's so much better. First of all, because I can actually because I'm a really fast reader, so it doesn't matter to me. But also because Crunchyroll doesn't have subtitles for dub, which is ridiculous. Crunchyroll, get on it. This is ridiculous. If you're gonna destroy Funimation, at least put subtitles everywhere.
Fair. It doesn't have. It doesn't have. I'm pretty sure I thought I've watched titles on dub on Crunchyroll.
Maybe some, but like everyone I'm trying to watch doesn't. At least
Sure.
on Apple TV, I guess. Because maybe it's on
Alright.
like different like platforms you can do it.
Oh, or it is possible that because they're just because they offer subtitles doesn't mean every video. It very well could be that the specific animes you're watching just don't have subtitles available to them. Like I know on YouTube, I can turn on some things will have subtitles, some things won't, and it just depends.
So what did you like about the anime though? Like just because of the exposition, or
Yeah, the exposition sort of I think detracted from it. Also, I think we've talked about that, like the purpose and sense of urgency, and like there being like, I guess I had a hard time getting past the fact that they were just there because they were like, I guess the way you explained it of is that they lost everything, and so they're young, even though they are adults, they're young and they don't know where else to go. And
would you consider yourself an adult at 19? Huh? I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. You're right. No, I was supposed to, but no. But the option is that you're not. The option is there for you to leave, and you're not like limited by your opportunity or your options because of your age. Right? It's not like you're 15 and say like, hey, I really want to work at this job. It's like, oh well, sorry, you got to be the type of conditions you have to be 18 years old or whatever. You don't have that limitation, so I was kind of like stuck on that. Like, why didn't you just leave, right? But I mean, you're young and you've lost everything, and you don't.
And you have emotional connection to Tokyo, I guess, like where everything began. I guess I don't know.
I could totally see there being but it's still kind of during the watching it, I had a hard time seeing past that.
Is it because you're so logical? Like, do you think if 19-year-old Lance watched this, you have more connection to it? Probably rebellious Lance, I would say, because they're not supposed to be there, right? But they're doing it.
They're not supposed to be there, and also like the date. Like, okay, so not only are you not supposed to be there, you don't have to be there. You're not trapped. You can leave. I mean, you have a boat that you can just go sail away. That you have possession of. You can sail away. But no, you stay behind in a localized apocalypse and decide I'm going to parkour for rations, risking my life. Well, you could easily just go to another city. It's just Tokyo, right? It's not all of Japan. It's just Tokyo. So you can go to another city. I'm sure there's like tons of food available that you can just go. I want to buy a burger or whatever, or ramen or whatever you're wanting to eat. No, you decide to put yourself.
Like an awful time. You know that you're making it sound like an awful time.
But yes, younger rebellious Lance probably would have stuck behind. Like, yeah, I want to risk. Yeah, I want to parkour across the.
What do you think about the animation and the art style?
Oh, gorgeous.
Yeah,
style was gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. I really like that. I like the music.
Music's great.
And the premise of the story itself was very good. I think I'm going to chalk it up.
Little Mermaid.
I think the interpretation of the Little Mermaid story was very good. I think there's a poor, I'm not even going to say poor execution. Certain creative choices I just didn't stick with me.
So you like the plot, but you don't like the background or like the setting Like the reasoning behind the setting, you would say you don't like
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
it
fair.
would have been much easy. It would have been much more palpable if they were trapped. Like in my head, if they were trapped in the bubble, right? And then like there is sort of a group of people who decided, you know what, we're just going to make the best of this situation. And then there's another group of people like, oh, we're going to study this and try to figure out a way to escape. And perhaps maybe there are, you know, uh, the rest of the world has abandoned them, but like within this bubble, people are
I
either
would say I would
are
like
trying
that
to.
too. I would the way I would do it though is like if they're trapped, they need to get rations or food, right? So like I would make the bubble like a one-way street. Like you can go in and you can send things in, but you can't go back out.
Yeah, yeah,
I like that idea.
that would have. I think that would have added a lot more of the suspense
I
and
think so
drama
too.
of like how it's going to end up. How are they going to get
I
out
will
of it?
say the ending of it though, the ending of Bubble was very suspenseful, I would say.
Yeah, I really enjoyed how they did something that no one expected. Um, like parkouring across the bubbles.
Yeah, that was cool.
And that was a really cool scene. That even the people with the sort of propulsion boots,
Yeah.
like, oh, we can't. What? That's too much for even us.
Yeah.
That was the other thing too that sort of made it like because like the blue was it the blue wave? What was that their name?
Um Blue Blazes.
Blazes. They were sort of using their own like physical, abilities to do the parkour, and then that group
Yeah,
comes
they're
and
all
like,
natural.
they go like we're gonna go on Amazon and buy or whatever,
Yeah, because they
or
got sponsors.
um, which
Because
sort of added.
outside of Tokyo, people gamble on who's gonna win. Yeah.
Yeah, that could sort of add another element of like absurdity to it. Then I was like, this seems so. If they were gonna do it that way, I would have much preferred if it being like this sort of you know, dead zone that people go into. We're gonna go to the bubble and compete in this um, death-defying event because we're trying to prove ourselves as tough, trying to um, it's a high earning thing. Maybe it's like if the sort of apocalyptic nature sort of like transcends further than just Tokyo, and so like money is scarce, and so resources are scarce, and so they have to go to the bubble because that's the best way to earn an income versus everything else. But again, creative interpretation. I'm sure you really liked it, and it really served you. So, but it wasn't bad. It just kind of.
I will say, even though I liked it, I probably only watch it one or two more times again.
Yeah.
Whereas like Shinkai, watched that countless times.
Countless times.
The new one coming out, I've been watching so many trailers of it, man. I can't wait to just watch this girl open doors. I can't wait. I can't wait.
I will say I did like it more than Makia.
Oh, what do you mean? Of course.
But this is what you're gonna probably find surprising. I enjoyed Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop more than I did Bubble.
What? What do you mean? What do you mean you liked Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop more than Bubble? Is it because it made more sense, like background wise?
Yeah,
I agree with you. I like Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop more, but you just talk so much trash on Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop.
No. I didn't talk trash. I said that it just seemed like there was no point.
It's a grown coming of age story. What do you mean there's no point? Slice of life. You haven't watched an actual slice of life anime, have you?
No, I think that was the first slice of life.
That's the first and only one you've watched. Slice of life. There's no point at all to the story. There's no really romantic elements. There's nothing. It's just person living their daily life. You know that those Paulo from Tokyo videos I make you watch?
You don't make me watch those. I watch those willingly because they're very good.
Well, if you didn't watch willingly, I would sit you down and make you watch it.
Yeah.
But that's literally what slice of life is like.
I mean,
so good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a slice of life. I think that that's not Yes, I don't see those as they are slice of life, but I see those more as informative, like insight into a because they're focusing on a particular in those videos. He's focusing like a ramen chef. I'm trying to think what other ones there are. There's like
Jackie Chan like this.
huh?
That look like Jackie Chan.
No, you don't. He focused on like different jobs and careers and and aspects of Tokyo life. So it's like I see it as more like an informative, like it's giving me insight into a particular subgroup. Right, versus this is just a story. It's not like I'm being. What do I care about the inside of a 15-year-old kid who has social anxiety?
I mean, did you have social anxiety as a 15-year-old kid? Were you worrying what if another person was wearing the same jacket as you?
No, that was much later. I
You weren't
wasn't
15.
worried. No, I think I was like 16 or 17 when I did that.
Oh, 1 year difference.
It's a
What's
big difference.
crazy, if you think about it, like as a kid, 1 year difference is it means
Actually, I
everything.
might have been 18. I might actually have been 18.
Oh, really? So you're an adult.
So I can't remember exactly. But I was in high school. I remember I was in high school. I just don't remember what year.
What's crazy is like,
Um,
and as you're a
yeah,
kid,
you're right.
1 year
When you're
difference
a
is
kid,
so
you want
different. But like
yeah,
now, like me 26 versus 27, Chase, totally the
doesn't
same
mean
person.
anything. Yeah.
Totally same person. So weird.
Um, but no, but again, let me go back to that because you bring up that jacket thing. I wasn't concerned. I wasn't worried that he was wearing the same jacket. I didn't like. Sounds way worse. I didn't like that the
That was
person
saying.
was the
You
person
didn't
who
like
was
the
wearing
person?
I didn't like that person was wearing that jacket.
Lance, we've talked about this, man. You can't be a bully like this. We've had an intervention. You can't keep doing this, man.
I don't keep doing it. Although
You're saying like if that person was wearing the same jacket as you today, and you ran into him, you wouldn't go put your jacket back on or back in the car, or like just throw it on the ground at that moment. Would you be like, you can have it because apparently you love this jacket?
I don't think so. I don't think I would be bothered by that now.
If you're eating a taco, might as well just take my taco while you're at it. Just have everything I love. Goodness gracious.
But anyway, I forgot where I was going. Oh yeah, so but no, I don't think I didn't have social anxiety when I was in high school. I was probably unaware of what anyone thought of me.
Well, you said you were you had social anxiety when you were a kid, though, right? I remember you telling me that, like in grade school.
When I was grade school, I did. Well, I was just really quiet. Like I didn't talk.
Okay.
I don't know if I was. Maybe I was anxious. I just focused on school, and I didn't really talk to anybody. And until I raised my hand because the class would be like quiet, and they didn't. Because, like teacher would ask a question, and I would raise my hand. I'd be the only one that knew the answer, and then I would go back to my book. There were times when the teacher would be teaching, and I would just be doing the homework assignment.
Bro, you've been through every version of a person possible. You've been the nerd, you've been the jock, you've been the rebel, you've been
I don't know if I was. I don't think I've ever been a jock. I mean, yeah, I did track, but I never was. I would never call myself athletic.
I would say you're athletic. You can rock climb like a god. You go up that thing
Okay.
so fast.
Yeah, well, I guess I have been. I've been quite a few different people. I've evolved. I changed.
Like a Pokemon. I have a question for you, real question, because I've been thinking about
Yes.
this, right? So I want you to count how many steps or stages or like arcs. I would say arcs. Would think about anime. of life where like your whole setting changes, new characters pop in, stuff like that. How many times has that happened to you as a person?
Oh, okay.
Like like it's a new chapter, a new arc.
Uh,
Cool, huh?
yeah, that's interesting. Give me a second. So I'd say, well, all right. So I'll say that in grade school, I had probably three arcs because I had one elementary school that I was at, and then I switched to another elementary school for a year, and then we moved, and I switched to a third elementary school. I would say three from that,
Mhm.
one from middle school, high school. So let's say so three from elementary school, four from middle school, five for high school, six for college.
6 for
Yeah.
college.
Well, yeah, because I went from high school to college. I would say that would
Okay,
be an
6.
arc.
I thought you said there's 6 individual arcs in college.
No, 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 no,
So
no, no.
how many
College.
seasons of college you go through?
Well, actually, so if you think about it, I was at three different colleges.
Are those 3 different Lances? 3 different settings, 3 different people, characters?
And yeah, yeah. Three different settings, three different characters, sets of characters, new characters. So I'd say 6, 7, 8. The age where I graduated from. There was a period in between there. Where I was a townie, so I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do.
What's a townie?
Hey, someone works. So the town they grew up in, they still live there. They work there. Kind of like they haven't.
Oh, like me? You call me out like that? That's cool. Fine. Happens. I hate you.
The town they grew up in, they're still there as an adult, and they work at a local, place.
I get it, Lance. That's cool. It's fine.
Yeah,
I get it. I get it.
Really spread their wings and fly. So I'd say so. There was a period in those between the three. I would say 9, and in my current life now.
Yeah. It's cool to think about, though, right? If you think about
Yeah,
like
10 I've had 10 seasons. Yeah, or 10.
10 seasons.
Yeah.
10 arcs,
Yeah.
10 seasons. It's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Interesting. How about you?
I mean, I would say my elementary school was all one because I was at this one campus or section because we had 2 different schools, one for like the middle school, like 3rd grade and up, and then like preschool to 2nd grade. So preschool, 2nd grade was one, 3rd grade to 8th grade was another because it's the whole. I was in the same class as everyone else, so it's the same group of people I had, same setting obviously because I lived at home. And then high school was one big section. That's 3. First attempt at college was 4 while working at the place I worked in Kokomo. And then yeah, that was about 3 years. And then when I met you, that was my second place of work. That's 5 seasons. And then after that, same group of people for 3 years. And then when I got that new job, the one I did before this, 6 seasons. And then what I do now. So 7 seasons. 7 seasons, which makes sense because I feel like your life has been more interesting than mine, as well as longer since you're 50.
Yeah, 10 seasons over 50 years. So that's just 5 years. That's 5 years
a
per arc.
season. 5 years per arc. That's not bad. Pretty consistent, if you ask me.
Yeah.
It's cool to think about that, though, right? Like,
I'm not 50. I'm 60. 60 years old. Get it right.
no, you just look 60. You're not actually 60.
No, it's an interesting thing to think about. Like I used to, but I did something similar before. But I used to think of it in terms of like uh, Doctor Who.
Doctor. Oh yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
the anime one I really like that one because there's a but I used to think of it in terms of like oh I forget it's been so long since I've actually watched it.
Matt Smith or
Well, my
David
favorite
Tennant.
my favorite was Chris Eccleston.
You're out of your mind. Chris
And
Eccleston. He
and
lasted a season.
only wanted to last the season. Told his story and he moved on.
Yeah, because it wasn't that good.
It was great.
No.
It was necessary. He wasn't for him. It would never have skyrocketed like it did.
It wasn't for Rose, it wouldn't have skyrocketed like it did.
Oh my gosh.
If it wasn't for David Tennant, it wouldn't have skyrocketed like it did. 100%. 100%.
The Chris Eccleston and the 13th Doctor was my favorite too. I forget the actor's name. Shouldn't.
I don't know who that is. It's not Matt Smith, right?
No, it was one after. I'm sorry, not the 13th, the 12th Doctor. It was the one after Matt Smith.
The older guy?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Baldy.
You're
Baldy.
Yeah,
I really like him too.
I actually skipped David Tennant and watched Matt Smith. I watched halfway through David Tennant.
Yeah. David Tennant was the longest.
Anyways, back to Bubble. I'm shocked you didn't like it as much. It makes sense why you didn't like it though.
Yeah. But it wasn't a bad anime. Just not. I just think it wasn't my tea. It should have been. It could have been.
It could have been. If they just changed the background or the setting, I think it would have been top 5 probably.
I don't know if I'd say top. We've talked about this. There's so many top 5s.
I know.
Top
top 5.
It's hard to
choose. I think we're close to time though, because my better half has to actually stream.
Yeah. Is she playing tonight?
She's either playing Phasmophobia, or she's going to be playing this like free Amazon game where she's a cat that goes and collects other cats, and she runs a town. It's pretty much Animal Crossing, but she kidnaps the animals.
Sounds like my own nightmare.
Yeah, but you're not a cat.
Act like a cat.
You would be a cat that another cat was trying to kidnap you, I guess.
Yeah.
Like you're always sneezing, but you sneeze more when the cat gets to you.
I'm a cat allergic to other cats. I mean, I guess that's me now. I'm a human who doesn't like being around other humans.
That's funny.
I do act like a cat though, which is Tori is convinced that if I wasn't allergic to cats, I would want a cat because I have such a cat-like personality.
I think so. I would say so. Get a hairless cat, man. You wouldn't be allergic to them.
It's not always about just the hair. It's it's like the cats are evil.
Cats are evil.
Yeah. It can be a few things like the skin too, or it can be like the licking. I think that there's like something in the saliva too that I might be. It could be either both the fur or it could be the licking of the fur that that the saliva that I'm allergic to. Because someone was telling me there's like an enzyme, or I'm not sure. I just know that cats make me miserable, and I stay away from cats.
My mind's so weird. As soon as you said licking, like cat licking you, I didn't think about the cat licking you. I just thought about like a cat spitting in your mouth. I was like, ugh.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh no, a lot.
There's so many things wrong with you. Hey, speaking of things that are wrong with you.
Oh.
I was talking with Tori about you yesterday because we went out to dinner with some friends. Yeah. And they were talking about how I'm very direct.
Yeah.
And she was telling me how when she first met me, I almost made her, not Tori, but our friend, I almost made her cry.
What? Why?
was just
What do you say? You bullying
no,
other
no.
people?
Apparently, I don't know. I was just very direct. I guess but
Did you
she
say
said
she's
I
ugly?
I don't remember what I said.
Okay.
It's just
But
my demeanor was just
you
very
almost made her
like
cry, and then what'd you
yeah.
say?
Uh, but we were talking. I was talking about like I still don't get why Chase is scared of Tori, not scared of me, but everyone else is like, yeah, you come off as like very forceful and not really nuanced and a bully or whatever, all this other stuff. But Chase is like, oh yeah, Lance is more approachable, and it finally dawned on me.
Yeah.
The reason why is because you can't stand when you don't know where you are with people, like what's your
Yes.
relationship with
Yes, that's
people,
very true.
and
Because you're
so
so
and so
direct. You're so
yeah.
direct.
So that's why I'm more approachable because but with Tori who can be mad at you but she'd still be polite and nice.
Yeah.
You don't know exactly where you stand with her in a certain moment. That makes you nervous, and that's why you're scared of
Yes.
her.
That's why I'm scared of her. Because I never know what she's thinking. I never know
Yeah.
if she's actually mad at me or not. Whereas with you, you'll tell me if you're mad at me or not. Or even if you don't tell me, I can tell because you wear your emotions on your sleeve. Which is why I love my wife, because I can tell exactly what she's thinking,
Yeah.
because I cause 80% of her problems.
Oh man. But no,
Yes,
yeah,
that makes perfect sense. That totally does. Huh. Huh.
something. Anyway, all right. So,
Makes perfect sense.
anything else you want to like some parting words on Bubble that you want to bring up?
I enjoyed it. I like the Little Mermaid actually. Um, I like the ending. It makes more sense that she didn't make it because she's a bubble. However, it'd be cool if she got to choose to be a human or to be a bubble, and she chose to be a human like a Disney version because I'm a Disney adult. But I digress. Good movie. I like the premise. I like the background. Um, Amazing animation, amazing artwork, and amazing music. Out of 10, I'd probably give it a 7.
7. Now,
We should
and
start rating them after we get done watching and reviewing.
we
7 out of
should
10.
go back and look see all the ones we've done and like
Hey, let's do that for the next episode. How about that? We got 52. No, we got, how many see how many animes we got to do? There's 48 animes that we got to go back and rank. Sounds like
okay.
a good idea to me.
Oh
Hey,
man.
we could actually screen record and do like one of those things where you put them in tiers.
Oh, you mean like S tier or
Yeah,
S
like
tier,
S
A
tier,
tier?
A tier, and then when Dragon Ball Z comes up, I'll put it in a double S tier. I'll make a new column.
That could be fun. You
Yeah,
want to do
let's do
that
that.
for you want to do that for a 50-second episode?
Yeah, that sounds good with me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
We can
figure
do
out how to
that.
do it before then.
Okay.
We got 2 more episodes before then.
Um do you now I will say though in regards to like water world type um weathering with you.
Oh, don't do that to me. It's Shinkai.
No,
It's
Shinkai,
Shinkai.
but you just said it was a 7 out of 10.
Weathering with
Um
You is a 9 out of 10 for me.
your name 10 out of 10.
We'll save it. We'll save it for the ranking. Okay, save it.
Oh, that sounds like it would be a fun 50-second episode.
I think so too. It's gonna
Okay.
take us a while.
Oh, I mean, yeah, especially if we argue, because there's probably some where
We're
you and
gonna
I
argue.
will,
We're gonna argue.
yeah,
McKee is 0.
dou-
100%.
double F tier.
Double F tier. Yeah.
Do we want to do your ranking versus my ranking, or do we want to come
We'll
up
do it
with an
together.
agreement, or do you want to do
We'll do
one ranking?
one ranking. We'll do it together.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be a long episode.
I know it will be. Break it up into three parts. Trilogy.
Probably, yeah.
That'd be
Okay,
fun
cool.
though.
All right, man. I guess I don't have everything I wanted to say I said during the episode, so
You know how
yeah.
much how cool it would be, but I know it'd be complete chaos we'd have all of our guests we ever had weigh in to make sure like we don't like put like Death Parade like lower than it should be, or like put Idols and Deities lower than it should be.
Ooh, I mean, we could
But that'd
definitely
be so much chaos. It'd be so hard to get everyone on the same day.
on the same day, sure. But I don't know if we'd want everyone. I guess we've had Corey,
Yep.
had Aubrey,
Had Kyle,
Kyle. We've had Tori,
It's funny you
We've
said Corey
had-
before Tori, but it's fine.
Alex. Say
Alex.
Hunter.
No, you didn't say Hunter yet.
Hunter. Who else have we had?
Here, I put him in the thingy. Let's see. Put in the titles. Corey, Hunter, Alex, Aubrey, Death Parade, Tori, Madoka Magica, Psychopath. I think that's it. Pretty sure that's it, man.
Mixed guess. Mixed guess. That isn't that many. I don't know if I'd say we should have them all on the same time, especially since not all of them watch the animes together. That'd be kind of like hang around for 2+
For yours.
hours
We'll just
for
call
yours
him.
next.
We'll just call him. If you don't pick up, you're never gonna be on the podcast again.
Yeah. No. I won't say that. But yes, we could do like when we get to that one, we could call them and like deliberate with them.
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll think. We'll get the details straight. You know.
Yeah. Okay,
All right,
cool.
I think that's it for me. Alrighty. We'll catch everyone next time when we watch and review something. We don't know yet.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you.